I wake up energized and throw off the blankets before getting dressed. Since we're going directly to the beach, I decide to wear my swim trunks and a shirt. Nikki is waiting for me downstairs. She's wearing a cover-up and has a bag slung over her shoulder.
Finally.
You're always waiting for me. Why is this a surprise? Hey, I'm on time for once.
So, I've been awake for at least an hour.
Someone's excited. Why'd you get up so early? Nikki beams and fidgets with excitement.
How could I sleep when I have such a fun day ahead of me?
Because you have the fun day ahead and you want to be well rested for it. The bag jostles as she fidgets. What's in the bag?
Just beach stuff, extra clothes, towels, sunscreen, you know.
Someone is very prepared. That's actually pretty smart.
I know.
You're very humble. Nikki pushes me towards the door.
Come on, let's go already.
All right, let's go. All right, let me just grab my keys. After collecting my things, Nikki and I climb on my bike and we hit the road. Oh, it is a gorgeous beach day out here. Nikki hops off my bike as soon as I park and sprints out towards the sand. Wait! She either doesn't hear me or ignores me. Probably the latter. Of course, that means I'm stuck carrying all the stuff. With a sigh, I sling the bag over my shoulder and follow her. As I walk on the sand, I scan the beach for my friends, but I don't see anyone I recognize. We must be the first ones here.
Oh, son, I've missed you.
We always have the sun. We've had sun back home, too.
It's not the same.
Just gonna shake my head at her on that one. She continues to skip and dance in the sand, then spins in a cartwheel. She grins at me. Let Nikki have her fun. You call that a cartwheel? It's like having a puppy. A blonde little puppy. Well, you call that a cartwheel? Let's show her how the pros do it. Were you trying to do a cartwheel or a somersault? Nikki pauses and crosses her arms.
You think you can do better?
I know I can. Okay. No. Well, okay, I've come this far. Brag about it. All right, then. Stand back and let the master show you how it's done. I kick off my shoes and drop the bag. Windmilling my arms, I push my legs off the ground and try to lift them in the air. They almost make it halfway before losing momentum and I fall to the side, off balance. Nikki's laugh rings in my ears.
Good one, bro. You really showed me.
It's how a pro does a cartwheel. It worked better in my head.
If only the rest of you understood physics as well as your head does.
We're working on it. It's a work in progress. As we both catch our breath, Nikki glances at the forgotten bag.
Well, let's just set up here.
Okay. We each lay out a towel from the bag. Nikki pulls her cover up over her head, revealing a frilly two-piece. Oh, that's cute. I don't see anything wrong with this one, but where's the rest of your swimsuit? You're wearing something sensible. Don't comment on it. You know, we just won't make a comment here. There's no point to. I don't see why we need to. I'm glad Nikki chose a sensible swimsuit. Sometimes it's hard to remember she's in high school, but it's only natural that she'll be wearing clothes that start to reflect that. At least she still has a sense of modesty. As Nikki and I finish setting up, we're greeted by a familiar face.
Hey!
Familiar faces. Sho and the waifu. A breathless Sho stands before us, carrying a large umbrella. Mayu stands beside him. Hey, Sho! Did you run all the way over here? He continues to gasp, so Mayu answers for him.
Yeah, he saw you from the car and raced down here to say hi.
That's typical Sho fashion there. You didn't have to.
I thought I saw you with another cute girl and had to get a closer look to be sure.
Wow, you have some interesting ideas of me. Nikki giggles. I instinctively step in front of her.
Aren't you gonna introduce me?
Don't hit on my sister. Do you value your life? No. Don't hit on my sister. Here we go. We're gonna go Big Brother mode here. I don't like that tone you're taking.
You mean this very innocent and non-threatening tone?
You're gonna lose your life. That's not the vibe I'm getting.
Isn't he your friend? I'm sure you have nothing to worry about.
This is true. It is Show we're talking about.
Yeah, the pretty lady gets it.
Nikki giggles again. Nikki, stop enjoying this.
Sometimes you just need to calm down, big bro.
Don't tell me to calm down. I am calm.
Your sister? Sorry, I didn't know.
Perv. I watch him warily as Nikki steps forward.
Don't mind him. I'm Nikki.
I'm Sho, and this is Mayu.
Hi.
She smiles and gives a short wave.
Hey.
Suddenly, we hear a shout in the distance. Following the source of the sound, I glance over and see Kaori hovering over a cowering man. He has his hands up defensively. Kaori snatches a camera out of his hands, fidgets with it, and throws it back at him. The man scoops up the camera, stumbles to his feet, and runs away. What the heck's going on here? As the man flees, Kaori walks towards the water before chucking something into the waves. Everyone's reaction is about the same, of just... the hell is going on here? We stare dumbfounded, watching the scene unfold. Kaori spots us as she turns away from the water and stomps towards us. We can practically see the steam rising out of her ears. Sho sighs.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
Sho, we're not on the brunt of her anger. We're fine. It's not directed at us at all. Mayu nods.
Aren't you overreacting a little?
A little's an understatement, Nikki. You don't understand. Nikki's voice wavers as Kaori approaches, betraying her confidence. Hey, Kaori.
Can you believe that guy?
No, based on the tone of your voice? Her voice trembles from anger. What happened?
That pervert was taking pictures of younger girls. I made him promise never to do it again. Then, took out his memory card and threw it into the ocean for good measure.
Alrighty then. Nikki eyes Kaori with wonder, then elbows me.
Wow, she's not scary at all. At least not like you described her.
Careful how you word things, she understands sarcasm. Kaori whirls on me, a fierce scowl plastered on her face. When she notices Nikki, her expression softens to one of curiosity.
Who are you?
Nikki beams.
Oh, I'm Nikki.
Kaori continues to stare until Nikki points to me.
His sister.
Kaori raises an eyebrow.
Really? Wow, you're lucky. You two look nothing alike.
Thanks.
Thanks. We answer simultaneously. Nikki and I blink at each other in surprise, then speak at the same time. What's that supposed to mean? Sho laughs.
I'm pretty sure Kaori meant Nikki's lucky she doesn't look like you.
That's right, she'd have to fend off all the boys with a stick at that point. Thanks for having my back, bro.
No problem, Broseph.
I'm gonna hit you one day. Nikki giggles.
I like Cowdy.
Kaori stammers out her reply as her cheeks tinge pink. Not sure how to handle the compliment.
Oh! Thanks.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, hey, Yuna. We collectively turn around at the sound of Yuna's voice. I want to respond to her, but my voice gets caught in my throat. Never before have I been so thankful that the bikini was invented. Judging by the silence, everyone is just as entranced as I am. Yuna fidgets under our gaze and automatically wraps an arm around herself.
Is everything alright?
Yes. Like everyone else, Nikki's gaze is fixated on Yuna. She looks down at her own chest, then back at Yuna, and sighs.
Life is so unfair.
What?
I'm not touching that one. Hi, Mayu. A gentle poke to my side snaps me back to reality. Huh?
I see.
See what? She glances down and shuffles her feet.
So that's what you like.
No, you have it all wrong. I can't fight how I've been biologically wired. What are you talking about? Well, I say we continue to play the dumb card. What are you talking about? Huh? I don't follow.
You know?
I really don't. Mayu's eyes widen.
Really?
No. I have no idea whatsoever what you're talking about. Seriously, what are you talking about? She smiles.
Nothing.
A sigh of relief goes across her face. Nikki grabs my arm and pulls me over to Yuna, who still looks nervous.
You're being so rude, big bro. You didn't even introduce me to your friend.
I've not introduced you to anybody yet, to be fair. Oh, right. This is my sister, Nikki. Yuna smiles, clearly relieved.
I'm Yuna. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Sorry about earlier.
Yuna waves away the apology.
It's fine. So, where are we sitting?
Right here. I'm about to answer when a sudden weight on my back throws me off balance. Don't fall. I catch whoever is on my back as two slender arms snake around my neck. A lock of blonde hair falls before my eyes as Valerie presses her cheek against mine. Hi, Valerie. How are you?
Did you miss me?
I'm not sure how I should answer this question, and Sho just looks dumbfounded. Kari marches over and confronts Valerie before I can respond.
What do you think you're doing?
Claiming my spot.
Nikki crosses her arms and pouts at Valerie.
Do you always jump on the first guy you see?
Ooh, everyone's coming after her now. I'm surprised by the disapproval dripping in her voice. Valerie slides off of me and gives me a wink.
Just the cute ones.
It's not what you think, Yuna, I promise. Sho grins.
Then you should have jumped on me instead.
I don't think he's going to be able to handle that. She presses a finger to her lips and looks innocently at Sho.
Oh? I thought Mayu would have already done that.
It's my waifu, back off.
We're just friends.
Based on their reactions, they know that they're interested in me. Well, she's interested in me. Mayu tries to hide the blush from her face, while Sho interjects. Valerie grins impishly.
Oh, well, if that's the case.
Little devil you. She jumps back to her feet.
Get ready, because you're next.
What? Are you serious?
Of course you can't handle it. Sho's face is a mixture of trepidation and hope as Valerie readies herself to leap. Right before she leaps, Valerie pauses and glances at Mayu.
Really?
Mayu blinks,
Huh?
completely unawares of what's going on.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding, Sho. I already made my choice for today.
Of course you did. Valerie winks at me and I blush.
Aw, you got my hopes up.
That's probably something you're used to. Valerie lapses and about to reply when her attention locks onto Yuna.
Oh my god!
And she's going to be the not-so-subtle one about it. Valerie hops closer to Yuna and leans towards her chest,
Where have you been hiding these this whole time?
in a very modest sense of dress. Yuna's mouth hangs open in shock. Yeah, we're all just kind of like, she's kind of blunt about it.
I would like to know this too.
I would like to know when my foot's going to go up your ass, you dumbass. Kari bats Sho on the arm.
Stop being a pervert!
Ow! I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yes, you could. You chose not to. Yuna desperately trying to cover herself. Oh, Yuna's desperately trying to cover herself.
Can we please focus on something else?
I concur.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Me too.
Sure.
Sho seems a little reluctant in his agreement. Of course he is.
So, where are we going to sit?
Oh, yes, we were on that before I was attacked by Valerie. Oh, Nikki and I already started setting up right here.
It's not too close and not too far from the water. Sounds good to me.
Everyone nods and begins to lay out their towels. We're laughing on our towels, enjoying the sun, when a sharp squeal interrupts the tranquility.
Nikki!
Oh no. Not her besties again. Nikki bolts upright and waves to her friends as they race towards her.
You're here.
Of course. We said we were going to be here, didn't we?
The friends lower her voice.
Are you hanging out with your brother?
Uh-oh. Not this again.
Yeah? Oh, is he going to come with us to the temple?
No, go away.
No.
Aw, why not?
He's busy.
The two girls stare at me.
He doesn't look busy.
One of the friends kneels down and grabs my arm. Make them go away. Hey.
You should come. It'll be so fun.
Or here's a better idea. How about I not? The other friend grabs my other arm.
Yeah, you can walk with me.
Or I could stay right here with my friends.
What? No, I got here first.
There, you guys just said my answer. No. Oh, God. Not again.
So, he obviously prefers me.
No, he... What is wrong with you two?
Lots of things, apparently. Nikki steps in and drags the two girls off of me. They blink at her in surprise.
I don't understand. Didn't you say you and he don't? Yes. Then why are you so upset? Because he's my brother.
They look at each other and seem to come to an understanding. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, he doesn't know.
Huh?
What don't I know?
That Nikki really...
You're weird. Nikki claps her hand over her friend's mouth.
What a couple of weirdos, am I right?
You're absolutely right. She pulls the girls roughly to their feet, much to their dismay, and pushes them away from me. Thank you.
Gee, look at the time. We better get going.
Take the weirdos with you.
I'll get a ride back with these two, so, I'll see you at home. Bye!
Bye. I hear faint protests from Nikki's friends as she hurries them away. Meanwhile, my friends have been eerily silent. Hesitantly, I glance over to a circle of frowns. God damn it, I'm in trouble. What?
I had no idea you were so popular.
It's not the term I'd use. Yuna's bright eyes are dulled with disapproval. I don't know why they like me so much.
Do you know how old those girls are? Creep.
They came on to me. I look around for a friendly face, and my gaze lands on Sho. Come on, Sho. Buddy, you're with me, right?
I misjudged you.
I hate him so much. I can't tell if he means that in a good or bad way. Mayu watches me silently. Her face is a mask, but I think I see curiosity in her eyes. I wonder if she believes that this isn't my fault. Valerie latches onto my arm, clearly the only one unfazed by this.
You know, if you wanted a younger girl, you only had to ask.
Ask who? You? I like them older. Who am I asking? Really? Did you have someone in mind? Valerie bats her eyelashes at me. Is there something in your eye? Did you get a piece of sand in your eye? Is that why you're blinking? Ha! That's what I thought. She sighs and lets go of my arm.
Never mind.
Go on and stop it. Enough of this today. This is sufficiently awkward. So the beach. How about we go swimming? Get our minds off of this. Mayu brightens at the idea.
Yes! Swimming!
She grabs Sho and races towards the water. Sho stumbles behind her.
Hey, slow down.
Kaori and Valerie glance at each other, then grin and jump to their feet. They speed behind the pair and leap into the water with glee. Hey, wait for us! Yuna and I follow behind. When we reach the shore, I slowly wade into the sea and enjoy how the water cools my hot skin.
Come on, Yuna. What are you waiting for?
Yuna sticks towards the shore and watches nervously as the water laps at her knees.
That's okay. I'll just stay here. Do you know how to swim? Yeah.
Sho and Mayu swim over and stand next to Kaori.
What is it then?
Don't worry about it. I'm very happy right here.
Aw, hanging out by yourself is no fun.
The water and I don't really get along well.
That has me asking many questions.
Are you scared? Here, you can walk with me.
That's adorable, though. Mayu stretches out her hand and smiles encouragingly at Yuna. As everyone tries to cajole Yuna into the water, I'm acutely aware of the sudden lack of Valerie. This could only end poorly.
Well, it's more like...
That face says it all. Yuna plunges face first into the water and disappears below the waves. Yuna! Everyone lunges towards her just as she resurfaces, her back towards us. Yuna, are you okay?
Don't look!
Something floats in front of her, which she snatches out of the water and presses to her chest. Her head is lowered and her shoulders slumped as she struggles to simultaneously hide herself and retie her bikini top at the same time. Mayu clamps a hand over Sho's eyes.
What?
Don't look.
He already's trying to. I'm gonna stay put and keep my eyes turned a little bit. I've already been called a pervert once today, and I don't want to make the situation worse. Valerie is nearly doubled over on the beach, her squeals of laughter adding to the commotion. Kaori stalks back to the beach and stands in front of Valerie.
Why would you do that?
Yuna looked like she could use a little push to get into the water, so I gave her one.
I bet you did it because you knew exactly what would happen.
Of course she did.
I did not. But I won't lie and say it isn't hilarious.
What if she didn't know how to swim? She could have gotten really hurt.
It's right against the beach. Completely shallow waters.
Still, it's dangerous because you can't prepare yourself. Kaori!
Oh, May's here. A figure with long, dark hair leaps onto Kaori's back, holding her in a hug.
Ah!
Kaori windmills her arms, trying to catch her balance, but topples into the water.
May!
Kaori pushes May off of her and wipes the water out of her eyes.
You can't just push people into the water! Why don't you people understand this?
I mean, you can, it's just not a smart idea. Valerie is clutching her stomach in laughter.
So good.
May just smiles and cocks her head to the side.
It's good to see you too. That's not what I said!
That's what you meant, though. Valerie finally catches her breath and wades over to May.
Nice one.
Thanks. I'm May.
Valerie.
Mai glances at the rest of us who have been observing in silence, trying to process the scene. Mayu coughs awkwardly.
I'm Mayu. And this is Sho.
Sho is very obviously trying to process Mai's ample assets, but at the sound of his name, he snaps back to reality.
Right. Hi.
Pervert. Yuna also seems to be sizing up May.
I'm Yuna.
And I'm Sylar. May graces us with a broad smile.
It's nice to meet you all. Kaori, when did you make so many friends?
And now, you're leaving.
But she just got here.
But I only just met everyone.
Don't you have your own friends to hang out with?
I am hanging out with my friend.
She got you there.
That's not...
The heck was that noise? A jet of water splashes Kaori's face. May giggles while Kaori grows more irritated. She flicks her wrist and sends a stream towards May. But May dodges and it splashes Yuna's chest instead. And that's a scene right there. Yuna glances down at her chest, then narrows her eyes, clearly fed up. Using her whole arm, she sends a big wave back towards Kaori, but the water misses and catches Valerie, who squeals happily. She sends a small splash back, which catches Mayu on the cheek. Mayu blinks. Valerie's brows wrinkle in worry, and she opens her mouth to apologize, but instead dodges the splash that Mayu sends back. Before long, all the girls are squealing and bouncing around in the water, splashing each other. Sho and I stand off to the side, watching the glorious view.
Is this not the best thing you've ever seen in your life?
I nod solemnly, but another voice answers.
Yes, yes it is.
Senpai? As one, Sho and I turn and see Akira nodding approvingly. When did you get here? He gives me a confused look.
I've been here this whole time.
Means I've been too engrossed in the sight that's before me. I'm not going to ask any more questions about it. Sho and I glance at each other, then shrug. I think I've seen May before. She's part of Anabugeisha, right?
Yeah.
I remember Kaori's intense reaction when we learned we were matched against May's team, but May seems to treat her like they're old friends. How do May and Kaori know each other? They seem to have opposite reactions when seeing each other.
Their relationship is strange. They've known each other since childhood, but judging by the way they act towards each other, it's hard to remember that.
The conversation ends. Silence settles in as we continue to watch the splash attacks.
Why aren't we joining in on the fun?
Because at this point it's more fun to just watch? But you make a good point, Akira.
That's a great question.
Sho swims closer to the girls and shoots a stream of water towards Mayu. Mayu yelps in surprise and splashes back when she sees Sho's grin. Akira and I join in after Sho's introduction into the splash war. Clearly, we're all having a lot of fun. The sun kisses the horizon, spilling orange light over the waves. Akira and May left right after the splash war to join their friends. Valerie is lounging on her towel, trying to soak up the last of the dying rays while reading from her e-reader. Yuna sits on the sand, watching the waves lap at her feet. Kaori looks thoughtful as she sits in her fold-up chair, tossing and catching an inflatable beach ball. Sho and Mayu are missing. I'm not sure where they went. The day is winding down and it'll be dark soon. I want to spend a little more time with Mayu. Why not? I wonder where Mayu went. I explore the beach and it doesn't take long for me to find her sitting on a rock cliff, her feet dangling in the water. She glances up at me as I sit beside her.
Oh, hi.
Hello. We both watch the sun dip low in the sky, gently touching the trail of fire reflected in the water. Mayu's eyes glitter from sunlight as a peaceful smile graces her lips. She looks like the picture of tranquility. Mayu notices me staring, and I try to ignore the heat on my cheeks. Been caught. Busted. Avert her gaze. You know what? I'll hold her gaze. She can look. As our eyes meet, She averts her gaze.
Is something the matter?
No, nothing like that.
Oh, what is it?
The sunset was pretty. You look perfect in this light. Nothing at all. Make our move. It's time. You look perfect in this light. I wish I had a camera right now to capture this moment.
It's a beautiful sunset, isn't it?
Yes, but it can't compare to the way you look right now. Mayu's cheeks turn bright red.
I don't know about that.
Completely catching her off guard with that smooth move right there. Take notes, people. Mayu smiles, but looks away.
But if you had a camera, then Cowdy might come and take it away.
No. I laugh. It would be worth the risk. Mayu's blush deepens. Mayu shivers as a breeze blows by. She hugs her knees and leans closer to me. Lean in closer too. Go for it. I also lean in close and we end up bumping heads. Cute and awkward all at the same time. Oh, ouchies. I'm so sorry. Mayu looks up at me.
No, it's okay.
The point was there of what we were trying to do. Her face is inches from my own. My heart races. We both blink at each other. I can see her cheeks tinge with color, and I'm sure mine are too. She hasn't pulled away, though.
Mayu, Broseph!
God damn it, Show! We both jump apart from each other as Show approaches.
I was wondering where you two went.
Having a moment, do you mind?
We were just watching the sunset.
She trails off and stares at the ground. Yeah, we wanted to catch it while we still can. Mayu nods.
Oh, cool! When we were younger, Mayu and I used to check out the sunset while our parents talked. Too bad I missed it this time.
It's almost like there's not going to be a sunset tomorrow. Oh, wait! There will be!
Yeah.
She glances at Show's smiling face, and a shadow of guilt seems to pass over her own face.
Anyway, I think the gang wants to head out since it's getting late.
Right. We're going to ignore the guilt part. She'll realize that Sylar's the best fit for her. Everyone was waiting for us when we rejoined the group. You guys didn't pack up yet? So we figured we'd do it together since we wanted to walk to the parking lot together anyway. Mayu smiles.
Thanks for waiting.
Yuna nods. We all pack up our belongings and head to the parking lot, where we say our goodbyes and hop in our respective vehicles. Since Nikki said she was leaving with her friends, I kick my bike into gear and drive home. That was a nice ending scene to end the day. I'm exhausted by the time I get home, and I'm secretly thankful Uncle Kaito is nowhere in sight. All I want to do is take a hot shower and go to bed. Sunlight can wear you out quite a bit. Nikki hasn't come home yet either, so the bathroom is all mine. I'll wash the sand and salt water off my skin, then go to sleep early. Wakey, wakey. My alarm sounds waking me up. I turn it off and prepare for the day. After a quick breakfast, I drive to school and head to class. Curse having class the next day.
Good morning, everyone. I have some good news. Because
I like
so
good
many
news.
of you did well on the pop quiz from last week, we're going to have another one.
That's good news for you, not good news for us. A chorus of groans circles around the classroom. Great start to the week.
I knew you'd all be excited.
Everyone gradually falls silent as the TAs hand out the quiz. As soon as I receive mine, I begin. Are gear designed to look like a specific gender? If so, explain why. No, they aren't. Yes, only if used for war games. Yes, because boobs. Well, I mean, at the same point in time, you know, no, they aren't, but they can look like specific genders. We've seen that in ours. That's not a legitimate answer. Yes, if only used for war games, is by the process of elimination probably the best option here. A significant part of the gear entertainment industry is aesthetic appeal and showmanship. Due to the popular notion that the gear embodies the pilot, many mechas are designed in a fashion to represent this idea. This sparked quite the conversation when gears were first introduced for recreational use. It does pay off to pay attention to the news. Looks like we got that question right. After completing the test, I turned it in to the professor. Soon, everyone has turned in their paper.
Everyone awake now? Good. In today's lesson...
I'm not actually awake yet. I'm ready to go back to sleep after that. Mentally checking out.
Class dismissed.
Thank you. I gather my things and file out of the classroom with everyone else. Once I'm outside, my legs take me towards the hangar. I need to practice. My chat with Akira last Monday has been on my mind ever since. Our team has been on a really good streak, but are we strong enough to beat Akira's team? I swipe myself into the hangar and shake my head free of these thoughts. We have to beat Anamugesha first. We have to beat Mai. I pass Aura on my way to Eagle and hear voices raised in a heated argument. Kari glares at May, who looks exasperated.
I always have your best interest at heart.
That's not true.
When have I not?
Have you already forgotten about what happened with Ryota?
Mai looks taken aback.
Really? You're bringing that up? How was I supposed to know he'd react that way?
What is going on?
You weren't supposed to tell him at all!
Maybe not, but I was trying to help.
Kari's face contorts in anger.
I was humiliated in front of the entire school! Is that what you call helping?
That's not fair. You know that wasn't my intention. And how Ryota handled the situation. Best friends don't treat each other like that.
I know.
May falters at Kari's piercing stare.
Kaori.
Well, none of that would have happened in the first place if you had just kept my secret a secret. It was all your fault.
May blinks rapidly.
I can't talk to you when you're like this. You need some time to calm down. Maybe then you'll listen to reason.
Doubtful with Kari.
Don't you dare!
May spins on her heels and walks away, her footsteps echoing behind her.
May! Ugh!
Kari lets out a scream of frustration into her hands. As she turns around, she notices me. I'm about to die, aren't I?
How long have you been there?
I just got here long enough to enjoy the show. I didn't hear anything. I just got here. Not long at all.
What did you hear?
Nothing. Kari narrows her eyes. Okay, just enough to watch May storm off. She continues to stare at me. Okay, and a little about some guy named Ryota, but that's it.
It's rude to eavesdrop.
I just got here. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to. Obviously, this is a sensitive subject. As much as I'd like to know who Ryota is, what happened between them, and what part May has to play in all this, Kara looks upset enough as it is. Pushing her will make her close up to me even more. So, what were you doing in here anyway? Before the argument. Kari shrugs.
Checking on Aura. What are you doing here?
I thought I'd practice with Eagle.
Oh.
An uncomfortable silence settles in. My phone buzzes. Saved by the bell. Well, buzz, I guess. Sorry. I better get this. Kaori nods. She looks just as relieved as I am. I accept the call and walk further away from Kaori. Hello?
Hey,
Hey, Yuna.
I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
No, this is perfect.
Okay, so your account manager with Dashu reached out to me. He'll be close to campus later today and would like to meet with you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm not sure what everyone's schedules look like.
Wait, he wants to meet with just you.
Is this another interview? Uh-huh. I'll bet he wants to get to know me better. Am I in trouble? Is this another interview? Is this going to be like the Warp Tech interview?
No, it'll be a much more casual conversation. He wants to talk about your gear, not your team performance.
That sounds good. Why talk about my gear, though?
So, will you meet him?
Sure.
Great! You can meet him at the cafe after lunch.
All right, I'll be there. Thanks, Yuta.
No problem.
After saying goodbye, she hangs up. By the time I end the call, Kaori is nowhere in sight. That's probably for the best, honestly. Our chat didn't end on such a great note. Since I came here to practice, I climb into Eagle and start up a simulated match. After I've practiced a few rounds, I shut down the simulators and climb onto Eagle. I can tell my reaction times are improving. I'm sure with a little more practice, I'll be ready to face Anabugeisha. Since I have some extra time, how do I want to spend the rest of my afternoon? Really a question, Mayu? I receive an incoming call from Mayu. Hey, Mayu.
Hi. I hope you don't think this is weird, but would you want to go to the comic book store with me?
Yes. I'm sorry. I should probably have waited a little bit of time. Can you ask me again? Oh, is the one on campus?
No, it's in town. My next class was canceled, so I'm done for the day. Do you have class?
No, I'm done too. Just an interview after lunch. She seems relieved.
Great! I pre-ordered the new series of Boundless Stratus, and it's ready for pickup. I don't like going alone because the guys there are,
Weird? You can say it. Weird.
a bit overbearing. They're always trying to chat, and they keep asking me to play games and stuff, but it feels weird. Show's not into comics, and he also thinks I'm overreacting.
Well, that's because show's weird.
I would just feel more comfortable having you there with me.
Sure, I'll go with you. How are you planning to get there?
By bus.
I can drive us.
Are you sure? I don't want to be any trouble.
It's no trouble. How about I meet you at your dorm and we can go together?
Okay, see you soon.
We hang up and I head to her dorm. After I pick her up, I drive us to the comic book store in town. When we arrive, Mayu hesitates before she hops off my bike. You okay?
Yeah.
She takes a deep breath, then gives me a nod. I follow her into the store. This is one fancy, dancy little mall here. As soon as we walk in, my mouth falls agape in wonder. Every staff member in the store is beyond attractive. Is that a prerequisite to working here? As I continue to look around, the patrons are all on the same level as the staff. The women have beautiful smiles and shapely curves which turn into legs that go on for days. They smile at me as I walk past. The men are all tall with broad shoulders, and I can see the faint outlines of muscles underneath their shirts. I'm not in bad shape, but I still feel a little out of place. I wish I'd spend more time on my trading. What is this place? Mayu doesn't even pause and heads straight to the counter. When we walk past, the staff members greet us, but Mayu keeps her head down and refuses to make eye contact. As we approach the counter, an equally attractive and friendly man greets us.
Good to see you again, Mayu. Is there anything I can help you with?
Hi, I got an email saying my pre-order for Boundless Stratus has arrived.
I don't think we had any copies yet, but I'll double check in the back stockroom for you. In the meantime, you and your friend should have a look around.
after flashing us a handsome smile, he heads into the back room.
Do you want to take a look at their manga?
Yeah, sounds good. Mayu leads me through the section and I browse the titles. Are you a big manga fan?
I read some.
A title catches my eye and I enthusiastically grab the book off the shelf. Oh hey, I remember this. Did you ever read this one? I hold the book out to Mayu while she examines the cover. She furrows her brows and slowly shakes her head.
No.
Really? It was super popular when we were in middle school. At least it was in the States.
What's it about?
The main character and his family had to return home to take care of his sick grandfather, who passes on a protective charm for the main character. At his first day in his new high school, he gets into a fight and accidentally activates the charm, which turns out to be a cat spirit demon girl. Once activated, the cat girl swears to protect the main character and disguises herself as another student at his school. This causes all sorts of hilarious scenarios between her and the other girls in his class.
That doesn't sound very familiar.
I shrug. It's really silly, but it was fun at the time.
Which character was your favorite?
There's a great answer. I'm going for it. The shy girl. I always like the quiet girl. She's really nice and understanding, and she's so cute when she gets embarrassed. Boom, that blush says it all. Mayu grins and her cheeks turn pink.
I think I would like her too.
You very much would. Anyway, I can't believe they still have it. I put the book back on the shelf. What else do you read besides Boundless Stratus?
Oh, I like Evangelion and Gundam too.
I'm beginning to see a trend here. She blinks.
What do you mean?
Well, all of the mangas you mentioned have giant robot battles. Mayu's cheeks tinge pink.
I mean, I do come from a long line of pilots. It's only natural that I gravitate towards those type of manga too.
You haven't read any other types?
No. Father wasn't very fond of manga to begin with. The only reason he let me read the ones I did was because they were sort of relevant to my studies.
I can see that. Her voice lowers to a mumble.
And because he didn't know about most of them.
Keeping secrets, are we? She stares at the ground and shuffles her feet when she catches my grin. Who knew Mayu had a rebellious side? Let's find a manga that you'd like that's not gear-related.
Okay.
As we both peruse the shelves, one of the gorgeous men nearby politely greets us.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear you're looking for a new manga. My sister just finished this one, and she loved it.
He hands Mayu a book with a cute girl and a flute.
Maybe you'd like it.
Mayu shifts from one foot to the other. Thanks, man. That's really nice of you.
Thanks.
No problem.
Another man interjects.
I highly recommend that one too. Although there are some parts later on that deal with some heavy subjects.
That's true.
If you want something more lighthearted, you might want to check out that author's second title.
Boys, you're overwhelming her. Let's back off and let us look. A third man joins in the conversation.
Oh, I've read that one. You're talking about the boy and alien pet, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
That one is really funny. The two of them get into all sorts of shenanigans.
Huh, I'll have to check that out too.
Mayu stares helplessly at the crowd surrounding her as they continue to chat. I gently pull her aside and point to the book still clutched tightly in her hand. So, what do you think? She takes a deep breath to relax, then scans the synopsis.
It's about a girl who lands her dream role as the solo flutist in a symphony. But when her mother gets sick, she has to decide between her family and her passion. Actually, I think this would be very interesting.
There we go, we found you something. I grin. Mission accomplished. The man who originally suggested the title notices Mayu's interest in the book.
I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks.
We part from the group, who are still deep in discussion. Mayu breathes a sigh of relief.
I'm glad you came with me. Didn't you see what happened back there? That happens all the time.
Welcome to a group of nerds. That's what Mayu meant by overbearing. They seem like really cool guys to me, just very into their manga. I'd probably be one of those guys too, let's be honest. At least he got a new book out of it. She smiles at the title in her hands.
True.
After selecting a couple of titles for myself, I glance at Mayu. Let's go check on your pre-order. She nods happily. We head to the counter where the clerk is waiting for us.
Here is your pre-order.
Thanks.
I place the books I picked up on the counter and hand over my card. I'd like to check these out, please.
Oh, yeah.
I think she'd forgotten about the manga in her hand. She puts it on the counter. Offer to pay for her, let her pay for her own book. You know what? I got this. What, the manga's probably what? $8, $10? Whatever. Include that one on my purchases too. She blinks at me in surprise.
You don't have to do that.
I know. I want to. I smile at her and she blushes.
But you've already done enough just by agreeing to come here with me.
So? That's not much. Any good friend would do that. She's still hesitant.
I appreciate it, but...
Here you go, sir.
Thank you for getting my back, bro. The cashier returns my card and hands me a receipt with a bag with all my books, including Mayu's. What? Mayu's eyes are wide as she stares at the bag. The cashier winks at me. He's got my back.
Have a nice day.
Thanks. I grin at Mayu. Consider this an early birthday present. Mayu blushes deeply.
Thanks.
As we head towards the door, Mayu bumps into someone.
I'm sorry.
She looks up in surprise.
May.
What is she doing here?
Hi, guys.
I didn't know you like to read manga.
Oh, yeah. It's a secret pleasure of mine.
Really?
May grins appreciatively as one of the men walks past. So that's what she means by secret pleasure. At least I'm not the only one who sees this. Mayu furrows her brow.
View? It's inside a mall plaza.
May raises an eyebrow. I understand her look all too well. How is Mayu not seeing this?
Anyway, I've got some things to check out, so I'll see you later.
She heads deeper into the shop while Mayu and I walk outside. Ready to head back? She nods. We hop on my bike and I drive us back to campus.
Thanks for taking me to the comic book store.
No problem. Thanks for introducing it to me. Now I know where to go to catch up on my series. She smiles.
I'm really happy you like to read manga too. Sho doesn't really care for it.
That's because Sho doesn't like the finer things in life. You'd think he'd like it more since there are pictures. Mayu giggles.
Be nice.
I don't want to.
Anyway, Father will be here soon, and I still have to clean.
By clean, do you mean hide your new books? She blushes.
It would be best if you didn't know. Anyway, I'll see you later.
I wave goodbye and watch her disappear into her dorm. I make my way towards the cafe to meet with our account manager from Dashu. And I try to anticipate what kind of questions he'll ask about Eagle so I can have answers ready. Yuna said this wasn't an interview, but I still want to make a good impression, and we'll go off to the interview next time. I'm going to end the episode here. Quite an eventful day at the Academy. They always are, but this one getting closer and closer towards my own. I'm really enjoying it. But, as always, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button down below or leaving a comment. It really does help me out. And If you're new to the channel, or have not done so already, make sure to unleash your power by hitting that subscribe button down below today as well, and I will see all you heroes in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.